everyone, my name is Ashley Barris and my video biography will be on Taylor Swift. So, during this video biography, I will be going over some analysis of speeches she's done, work she's contributed to feminism, and also some of the problems she's endured as a woman in the music industry. For a quick little background, even though I'm sure many of you know who Taylor Swift is, she's one of the most successful musicians of this generation. She's a 12-time Grammy Award winner. She's released 10 albums over her impressive 17-year career. She's gone on multiple world tours, and she's currently on the Eras Tour, which has over 100 dates across the world, which actually I'm wearing Eras Tour sweatshirt right now. And yeah, so I will be diving right into it. So she's obviously dealt with many obstacles. She has dealt with constant hate regarding what and who she writes her songs about. I'm sure many of you have heard people call her at some point how she only writes songs about her breakups and how she's over emotional in her music. In 2009, her being a villainous snake was kicked off by popular rapper Kanye West interrupting Swift's VMA speech to claim that Beyonce had the better music video, implying that Swift shouldn't have won. Then in 2015, West released a song called Famous, where he proclaimed he made Taylor Swift famous. In response, Swift, during her Grammy acceptance speech that year, said, in quote, "I want to say to all the young women out there, there's going to be people along the way who try to undercut your success or take credit for your accomplishments and your fame." So in the years of 2016 and 2017, her Instagram comments were being flooded with snakes, and many people weren't taking her side in this feud with Kanye West. I feel like in many situations, women don't get the upper hand in these things. So basically, when Swift returned in 2017 to release new music for the first time in 3 years, she marketed her next era to be all about her bad reputation. She also incorporated snakes too. Her album was called Reputation, and she released her lead single music video, Look What You Made Me Do, and she was seen showing killing off her old selves. And actually, during her Eras Tour concert, she's doing something similar to this when she performs Look What You Made Me Do. Instead, this time, her old selves are trapped in the glass doors, screaming to get out. In my opinion, I analyze this as how it represents a deeper meaning within women in the music industry, and how there has been some improvements within the treatment of women in the music business, but there's still a long way to go to reach equality. And then I'm sure many of you have heard about this popular feud with her ex-manager Scooter Braun, but it all started in 2019 when Swift left Big Machine Records, where she recorded her first 6 albums, and then Braun acquired her music masters in response. This means that he's in control of all of her work and making most of the profit off of her work. In August of 2019, Swift announced that she's going to re-record her first 6 albums, so she owns all the rights to her music, and so a man doesn't get to make most of the money off of her hard work. She dubs these re-recording albums as Taylor's version, and they've actually gathered a lot of success. So far, she has re-released Fearless, Red, Speak Now, and just recently, 1989. So, in response, Braun tried to prevent Swift from re-releasing these re-recorded albums, since he wouldn't be owning the rights of these albums and in turn wouldn't be making any profit off of Swift's success. Also during this time, Netflix created a documentary about her doing this, about her during this time. However, Braun declined the use of her older music and performance footage for the project. The only way Braun said he would let Swift go through with the documentary is if she didn't record quote-unquote copycat versions of her old songs, and if she stopped talking about the whole situation. I wanted to draw on some outside sources, such as the article by Vanity Fair, and in it, it's revealed that managers taking advantage of women at a young age is a re-recording theme in the music industry. In 2010, Donna Summer was ripped off because of her deal with the Germany-based producer, Giorgio Moroder. I'm so sorry, I definitely mispronounced that name, but he licensed her to Casablanca Records in the United States, and the German market dollar was not in her favor, meaning she didn't make as much money as she should have. And when Summer tried to get out of this contract, the label's head, Neil Bogart, wanted to keep selling the records and kind of refused it because she became more popular during this time and they wanted to make as much money off of her as they could. This source also details many of the other struggles, such as discussing how label executives want their female stars to be sexualized because these people think that sex sells, which relates back to Taylor Swift constantly being slut-shamed. because she quote-unquote dates too many men, which I'm sure also you guys have probably heard once in your life somebody say that about Taylor Swift. I think this also relates back to content we've learned, such as sexism and men taking advantage of women in any work environment. It's not just the music industry, but many other industries are obviously like this as well. So I already touched on a speech where she's said that women should stand up and not let anybody take credit for their hard work, but she has many other public speeches that call out these problems and advocate for women to stand up for, again, what they rightfully own and should get credit for. The next source I wanted to draw on was from Elle, and this is basically about Taylor Swift's award acceptance speech at the 2019 Billboard Music Awards. This whole speech really ties back to the themes about women having to act older than they are, how the industry has critiqued her every move as a woman, and how she has been doubted all along because of her being a woman. Swift said in her speech, in quote, "Because we have to grow so fast. We have to work this hard. We have to prove that we deserve this. We have to top our last achievements. Women in music, on stage, or behind the scenes are not allowed to coast." Her whole speech was truly empowering. She also touched on how many men in the industry are only nice to you for a certain time because they want you to trust them, and she also touched on how she wanted to stand as an example for someone else in the next generation to come. And I also wanted to kind of wrap up this biography by talking about how she also has incorporated the fight for women's rights and bringing awareness to the male patriarchy by releasing songs such as "The Man," "You Need to Calm Down," "Mad Woman," and "Lavender Haze." All these songs are about the labels and stereotypes she's been given by many because she's a successful woman in the industry. The Man music video, you guys can look it up on YouTube. The music video is all about critiquing the male patriarchy that still exists today. And yeah, my overall now conclusion, I just want to wrap it up with, I think it's very important how Taylor Swift is standing up for women to claim their work and not let a man try to make all the profit off it or try to claim their reason for your success, because she's a very popular figure. She's not only popular in America, obviously she's popular around the globe. So I think it's very important for women of any age to hear this global superstar talking about these topics. I also think she's a great feminist because many people being intimidated to stand up to a big music company like she did and kind of take back her work and go through the process of re-recording all of her old music, because again, at the time she didn't know how successful this would be. She didn't know how bad this would hurt her career. So that also was very empowering. And that's my video. Thank you.